What's up, guys? This is Hit You Good, your favorite all-American freedom-loving gamer, and today we're talking about something that I really wanted to weigh in on over the weekend. So I'm going to give you kind of a full recap of what's happened over the weekend. Some of the stuff you're already going to know, but I am going to put my own commentary and what I think regarding each one of these updates and the backlash that both Activision and Nickmercs have received through this whole controversy. I wasn't able to come on here and make a video about it. I was actually at the Western Conservative Summit out in Colorado, where I got to hang out with Kyle Rittenhouse for a day. As you know, I am a pro-gun lobbyist, Second Amendment lobbyist. That's what I do professionally, and it was really cool just to hang out with the man, the myth, the legend, Kyle Rittenhouse. So I actually asked if he had seen that game, Acquitted, and he's like, yeah, I think I saw it. He said, I think I watched your video on it. I'm like, really? He said, yeah. He said, was it the one with you dressed up? I'm like, yeah, that was me. He's like, yeah, I saw it. So I'm going to go back and watch that and make sure I didn't say anything too inflammatory. But back to the situation at hand, and that is the fact that this whole woke nonsense has finally stopped creeping. Thankfully, stopped just creeping into the gaming world, and now has taken the heavy boot of authoritarianism and busted down the door and invited all sorts of scrutiny, especially towards Activision. But they've been taking it up the butt here for the last weekend. And of course, they seemingly like it. Up to that, I'm not surprised, because they haven't apologized yet. But this all started out. There was a protesters clashed out in California. Of course, it was the conservatives who attacked the left ones, because the left leaning people, Antifa, all these BLM. All these, far left organizations, all perfectly or mostly peaceful, right? So I really kind of, discredit that. But this is all Nickmercs said. They should leave little children alone. That's the real issue, which is a complete non-factor. Like, it's a no-brainer. It should not be controversial at all, but because they've started pushing this further and further and further, now people are going to have to take sides. You are either with the safety of children and parents, or you are with the pro-grooming community. This guy, Puckett, who has the IQ of a dish rag, says Americans are in a sad place right now. Let people love who they love and live your own life. I'm also seeing, like, Danny on PC. I might throw his tweet up there. He's been he's been an absolute idiot for years, because every single thing that he can be left of, he is. I even tweeted him back, said, hey, why is it so important for children to be exposed to hypersexual and confusing agendas at such an early age? Is there something we need to know about? Might need to. We don't know, because he wouldn't respond to it. But this guy, let people love who they love and live your own life. See, that has been what has been said for the last decade, or at least 5 years. Oh, what we do in our bedrooms, none of your business. Fair enough. Most people are fine with that. But the leftist community is so ravenous. It has turned to leave us alone to you will affirm us. You will not only affirm, but celebrate us at every opportunity that we hand you. And if you do not, you are a bigot, and you will pay the price. We will cancel you. We will take away all ability for you to make money and feed your family. Like, you will be destroyed if you go against us. Because they're pushing so hard now, people are starting to see just how absolutely batshit crazy, how knuck and futz these guys are over this mess, and they're starting to push back on it. And I'm here for it. I'm here to see it. As you know, like I said, we're going to I'm going to show you everything that's happened over the weekend. And also, I keep forgetting to say this, don't forget to hop on Rumble. We're trying to create a community over there. That's where I stream live. I'm not streaming to YouTube or Twitch or Kick. Rumble is the place for gamers to be streaming right now. They've been doing a fantastic job, and they're coming up with new features every week. But back to the event at hand. Due to recent events, we have removed the Nickmercs Operator Bundle from the Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone store. We are focused on celebrating Pride with our employees and our community. Now, keep in mind, Call of Duty, Activision, these are the same people who have lawsuits against them for their cubicle crawls, where drunken male employees would go around the cubicles and harass the female workers there. This is the same organization that when they went to an expo, they created their own Crosby room where they supposedly took drunk girls back just to screw them. just, I mean, an absolute just shithole of a company. They're absolutely terrible. So within a day, one thing I really like, the doc, Alpha Male, the doc, came out and he supported Nickmercs. He didn't sit on the sidelines and wait to see, what's going on, how people are reacting. And of course, I understand this isn't his first time uninstalling the game, and he may reinstall it at some point. I don't know. But I encourage the doc to stick by his guns and do just that. Don't get on Modern Warfare 2. I'm talking to you as well. Don't do it. Don't spend any money with Activision.
What we got to do is uninstall the game. Number one. I mean, don't get a mistake, this year's Call of Duty is the worst in its franchise. But that decision by COD's PR marketing team.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to digest for the two-time.
It should be for everybody.
I feel like, A, they either need to apologize publicly to him or reinstate his bundle in order for me to consider playing Call of Duty again. That's where I'm
Not
at.
play it again. Consider. Big kudos to him. During the same amount of time, Tim the Tap Man got a bunch of backlash too, because he came out and just like, oh, well, Nick's my friend. I talked to him, and, I love Nickmercs. And that's like all he would say. It's like, bro, if you, like, why is it that we want to sit on the sidelines and see what happens, based on controversy, to not be able to stay up, to stand up and say, no, I am against the hypersexualization of children. I am against kids being exposed to sexually confusing agendas at a very early age. Like, that shouldn't even be, like, there's certain principles. There are certain things that we need to look at and say, hey, I don't care what the outcome of this is. These are my principles, and this is what I'm going to stand by. Now, later on, he did do good because he actually put some skin in the game. I wish he would have said something here about, like, not wanting to allow groomers around kids or something to the effect, or just protect the children. That's all we want. But he did put some skin in the game. He said, Nickmercs has been a friend for years. We went getting our COD operators together. It feels wrong for me to have mine and him no longer have his. In support of my friend, please remove the Tim the Tap Man bundle. So, Tim, sometimes it takes a little while to decide what you're going to do, but like, we need to be ravenous. We need to understand that there is a war of good versus evil here that comes before gaming, it comes before movies, entertainment, even our jobs. And that is, we need to do the right thing. You are either siding with parents and children, or you are siding with an agenda that is pushing groomers, pedophiles, and the hypersexualization of our kids. Now, Nickmercs came out and he responded here, and I do want to listen to the whole thing, unedited. It's about 3 minutes, so if you want to skip ahead, that's great.
30 wins.
Listen to Nick.
Keep it fucking moving, man. All right. I'll say this. I saw a tweet, and I didn't like what I was seeing, man. Okay, I saw parents brawling in front of a fucking school with kids. I just didn't fucking like it. I'm sure a lot of you guys can understand how that video would piss some people off. It pissed me off.
As it should.
Okay. Now, I mean, full transparency. How do I put this? I'm going to be very, very careful here. I don't want to piss anybody off. I'm making a lot of people mad. What was my intention? I mean, listen, my wife and I just had a baby. Brand new father. We seen these kinds of videos. It's sad, But her and I agree that we want to be the ones to talk to our kid about things like that.
Shouldn't be controversial.
I'm trying to keep it really simple, just so we don't have to get too crazy about it, because there's nothing to get crazy about. It's just, it really is that simple. I think I just have a bigger perspective on this now, being a parent, than I did maybe 2 months ago. So,
and I do want to mention this too. Like, I'm not really sure why people's realities have to change before their opinions do. And I don't know if it's just like we don't think about things, because I've thought about a lot of things that don't really directly affect me. And now Nick has, he's got a kid, which is freaking awesome, man. Like, congratulations, you, bro. And I'm so glad that this has kind of brought those feelings to the forefront for you, and like, got you thinking about these kind of things. That's super, super important. But, like every time there's a national tragedy, every time there's a school shooting, everybody's like, oh, well, we don't support gun rights anymore. Anytime, someone who, is going to get an abortion, well, all of a sudden abortion's okay, stuff like that. I'm not sure why things have to personally interact with us or impact us first before we can come up with an opinion on it, because right is right and wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter who you are. But still proud of him.
The video bothered me.
Not gonna lie.
Right? And that's I just don't think it's any place for a teacher or a school. I don't think it's the place to speak about things like that. And it's not that I think that it shouldn't be spoken about. If that's what you got from that tweet, then you're just wrong. You're just wrong. I don't have any quarrel with anybody in here. I don't have any quarrel with people on the internet. It wasn't an anti, I guess, gay tweet. That wasn't what it was. Now, listen, if you have issues with me or if you have issues with that tweet, then, hey, listen, I'm down to agree to disagree. That's fine. We can agree to disagree. But if you think that I hate you because you're a certain way, you just couldn't be any more wrong. That's not the truth. I've said things in my past. I've done things in my past. We all have. Okay? People grow. People get better. It's part of life, man. Okay? And I've grown a lot as a human being on planet. I'm sure we all have. Okay? I do not feel that way. I just simply feel that I want to be the one and my wife wants to be the one to speak with our child about stuff like that. And that was the tweet. That was the tweet. Mm-hmm. You can take the tweet if you want, and you can spin it, flip it, flop it, quote tweet it. You can put 10 paragraphs on top of it. You can do whatever you want to it to make you feel better if that's what you want to do. Sure.
Now, see, the thing here is he's not ceding the ground. He's not apologizing. I think he even said in a different video, hey, I'm not apologizing for this. That was a tweet. And let's look at what not apologizing gets you, okay? This is the day it happened. This is his followers on Twitter. He ended up getting nearly 2,000, 18.5, 14.5, 21,000, 5,000. Like, this is what happens when you don't back down. When you fight for good and, or at least just common sense stuff, and you don't back down, you're going to gain in those fights. It may feel like you ultimately lose. And believe me, there are martyrs in this entire movement that have paid the price. I hung out with one this past weekend, but at the end of the day, know that you did what was right and don't back down, because if you do, what it was, Activision came out with this and they said, oh, we're going to, get rid of Nickmercs skin. That was the left smelling blood in the water. And when they got there, they found a shark. They didn't find anybody that they could manipulate, that they could sink their claws into, because that's what they're going to do. If they find out that you're weak and they can manipulate you and make you do things, you're their new puppet because you're afraid of them. Nick, I don't know what's going on right now, but don't back down. You've been solid so far. Don't back down. And everybody's calling for an Activision boycott. Let's look at what Activision, after bleeding fall. Look at this. Danny, get a fucking life, dude. God, dude, I swear. He never ceases. But yeah, he was bleeding followers for a long time. I'll reply to him later. What a dipshit. Anyways. Everybody says, okay, well, we're going to start boycotting Activision. It's kind of neat here. Whenever I did the first take of this video, it was down 0.77. Now it's down to 1.24. But I'm going to tell you, 1.38. I'm going to tell you, this right here isn't enough. That is not enough. That's barely a boycott. That is a blip on the map. Activision sees this as permission to just keep on cruising, keep on doing whatever they're doing. Because, hey, Bud Light could have said, hey, we make a shitty beer. They're going to drink it anyway. Saw it happen to them. The people, their community, their customer base revolted against them, and that's what needs to happen with Activision. 1.4, it's going down as we speak. 1.42. So good job, guys. You're taking my advice real time. But I'm telling you, uninstall Modern Warfare 2. Do not give any more money to Activision. Tell them that you're not buying Modern Warfare 3. Hop on some of these old games I've been playing. I'm playing Fallout over on Rumble. So come and check me out there tonight with that. Nickmercs, I have nothing but the best to wish for you. Congratulations on being a dad, man, and growing a family. I appreciate that you're not backing down on this, because you are creating change, even though, like, just with one tweet and one refusal to back down, that's all it needs to galvanize other people to say, yeah, he's right, and people need to quit bullying him and stand up, because, like I said, at the end of the day, you're either you're siding with parents and children, or you are siding with the pro groomer community. Guys, boycott Activision, quit playing their games, quit giving them money, quit funding the people that hate you, like Budweiser, like Target, like Disney. All these people, starve them out. All these corporations, starve them out. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening for a whole 16 minutes of me rambling on. Don't forget to follow on Rumble. But other than that, guys, have a blessed day, happy gaming, and hit you good out.